I bet Aurelia didn't think that she was going to have to pray with me when she was being bribed to be a part of the proxy against me in this fashion, but that's what happened. And I believe that her heart was strangely affected by the Lord in a way that allowed for a whole lot of breadcrumbs to be open, wide open, not only about my brothers, but about Jesse. And so, or I should say, especially about Jesse, but not only Jesse, but my brothers. So, going on from the last video, how can I even try to make sense out of what to do next? Do I just expect zero help from anywhere within the world? Just forget that I ever tried to live, tried to love, tried to build, tried to work hard, tried to figure out a thing happening to me that was being determined as a covert warfare and the spiritual warfare against me as a targeted individual, I would say, being gang stalked. It's been organized crime, but anyway, and just turning out to finally realize how physical it had been, not just spiritual or emotional, but how physical it had been with the poisoning me. How about the fact that I was trying to build with them and they couldn't ever build with me at all? Not only a legitimate love life, but family life, friendship life. People that were supposed to help in ways for my life ended up crying, mind you, which is another huge breadcrumb as far as like my determination that Andy Tranter had been murdered, flying 20 feet out of the windshield after being set up within a underaged situation with the girl, and it was set up, and so he thought he was in trouble or what have you, and was flying off the handle a little bit, but I know that it wasn't him that killed himself in that car accident. I just know for myself. So the same thing then happened in the recent in reverse with my son. So if you ask me, it's the same crime, different fragmented area of someone being potentially there inside of my life to be a part of my life, like outside of proxy. They just didn't want anyone in my life that wasn't within their proxy war against me. And so that's why I'm out here asking for a new name, a new social security number, and hopefully, I don't know, fix my heart. So, how about the fact that I feel like I have never been able to live even a day of my own life in any kind of organic fashion at all since I was a child, being the fact that I was poisoned up in my bottle in diapers still, unable to talk for such a long time. When I finally did, I stuttered, like it was really, really hard to talk through what I had going on. I guess you'd kind of have to imagine that it's really hard to just hold on to your memories in and of itself and your ability to use your brain when you're being arsenic, controlled with arsenic or calculated poisoning of some sort. But I believe wholeheartedly it was arsenic on top of other things, not just arsenic. But either way, it was like, say, I'll just say this next sentence how I probably would have been as a kid. Or how about the last sentence, since I already said it? How about that the fact that what was to trying to build with, maybe I can't even mimic the way I was, but I can't even get through the sentence like that. Sorry. It really hurts just thinking that that's how it was for me. So I'm sorry that I can't do it. But they weren't willing to build. How about the fact that I was trying to build with them and they couldn't ever build with me at all? That sentence alone would have taken a long time to get out and have anyone understand it. Is a whole nother factor the matter, because after stuttering for what would take you to say that sentence would be like a full on paragraph, and then people would be like, something's wrong with this kid. And then they wouldn't listen to you, and then they wouldn't want to listen to you, and then they would start tuning you out, and then everyone that was a part of that like covert poisoning would definitely be trying to tune me out from anybody coming to love me or support me in any kind of fashion at all. Or how about my sister having to fight for her life because she's had all the surgeries she's had and not only been a victim of a crime that my dad and others got away with, but how about the fact that she was born with congenital heart defect? How about the fact that she only had a life expectancy of 11 years old when they determined that that was going to be easy to get away with, and then just kill Matthew and we're all good, right? Right. How about the fact that I deserved to had wanted to change things in my life while never feeling like I ever got that chance? How about the fact that all of these people are freaking cowards and can't even have a simple adulting conversation about the facts, let alone any speculation involved, to continue to make me out to be the only issue within the situation? How about the fact that other people far away from the situation seem to get it? Like, meaning they're not family members and they're just people that I talk to for like 10, 15 minutes, seem to understand more of what I'm actually saying and coming out with online than people who are close to me, meaning suddenly family and other people within my own line of family, cousins, aunts, uncles, people that I used to pray with inside the church that I've even written to, can't seem to pay me any mind within the crime in and of itself. How about that fact? How about the fact that there's all these charities out there, more than 1.5 million charities. I mean, there's got to be probably about 2 million charities or better out here. Not even one that I've written to has given me even a dollar or a fraction of a dollar or even 1/100th of a dollar. How is it that charities can even consider themselves charitable? How about the fact that my reading that spree masonry was meaning to control every single facet of charity, and that anyone that was trying to come out with charity would be targeted on the levels in which I am being targeted within? So there's literally no one out here that can actually donate anything to help a guy out in a situation that's been ongoing since I was a baby. It's so weird. Where did the love go in this world? I mean, obviously I was poisoned up, so I thought that there was love in the world, for the longest time. But coming out of this poisoning, I really got hit hard with the fact that there just really isn't any love in this world. Not only that, but just like the church people. You go to church every day and you pray and tithe, this and that, but your own family member is someone who has a real sticky and serious situation here, and where is anybody? I've had people even suggest to me that they can come and help me with some food. Where are they? I've even had people suggest that they don't know what to do. Well, I've given people videos on like what they can do. You don't have money to give me, so you can't do anything? You mean you can't share my one of 5 campaigns? You mean you can't share one of 2 petitions? You mean you can't once a week even create a letter to Congress anywhere? Like, just you can't even think of any one single thing that you can do with 10 minutes in a day once a week? or once a day even? How about just share my petition on your Facebook wall? Or share one of my campaigns on your Facebook wall, being that my network has been so freaking gamed up. Oh, but they don't understand that either, I guess. I've been hacked. I've been completely had. Not only in my mind, but in the reality of work life, love life, life, online personification life, all of the energies from my phone life, the money that I've paid for my Wi-Fi and phone use life. Completely awash. Why did I buy a phone? Why did I even think that I had a family? Why what do you go to church for and pray about? I believe that some of the things that are said in church are really good. Don't get me wrong. I believe church in church. I believe in the church being a good thing to have in your life. I believe it's good to have a repeating effect of learning the Word of God. I just don't agree with a few things. The thing I don't agree with is just mundane Sunday, dear Heavenly Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. But lead us not into temptation, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Lo and behold, I believe it's one of the greatest prayers. But when it's said every single Sunday, and I can write a letter to that church about how I've been trying to get back to that church for many years, and I just haven't been able to even hold on to my own gas within a car, to hold on to the car, to hold on to the license, to hold on to the license, to be able to pay for the things to be able to continue paying for, uh, child support, bills, regular life endeavors, to continue going to work inside of my own grind, to save my life from what I was feeling like was gang stalking, and just knowing that something is happening to me, not happening from me, they're happening to me, to suggest for a really monstrous crime inside of my life, and that it would have been nice to have some extra eyes on the situation that cared about me enough to help me through it, to help me see it, to help me fight it. But I would be mentioning this to the same people that were purporting to perform the crime over my life. So it's been really hard. So how about the fact that it's complete bullshit in areas of being able to hardly explain even here, but are very much the same here and there, just caught up in the frustration, the feelings of never having the ability to a real life outside of this abuse at all. How about that fact, it just being complete bullshit? How about the fact that I don't get any justice or liberty back when it just seems like the system is trying to make certain that I get buried up even more with more issues while I'm fighting for my life in ways that are simply not being recognized, not only by the police, not only by the medical community, but by people of my own family. By people of my own family to suggest maybe I don't have to hear anything that he has to say. Maybe I can just go on his stuff and share it because I care about the person that I am, the person that I would want to be becoming, the person that I deserved the right to suggest to these men. I don't want to be anything like that. I want to move differently. I want to climb up this ladder. I don't want to be at the bottom of the ladder. I want to climb up this ladder and climb away from this criminal stuff happening. But I guess they didn't like that. So, what do? What do you do to get outside of this crime happening to you? What do you recommend? What do you personally recommend? Can you comment in the comments? Can you like this video? Can you share this video on your wall? Can you add Cobra Murden since I can't no longer be Matthew Murden on Facebook? Can you find my petitions and share my petitions and campaigns? If you can't donate $1, can you do anything to support me within the situation that I'm being given? Or does a person just deserve to get poisoned up after poisoned up after poisoned up after poisoned up from his own father getting away with incontinence on his own children? For crying out loud. Or how about that motherfucker at all? Can that motherfucker pay me $1? He owes me a whole lot more than $1, but has he donated anything towards me? Has he done anything in my life for the benefit of my life ever at all? No. No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, he wanted to kick my mom in the stomach when I was already, like, before I was born. He left the family before I was born. And he also wanted to drive over my mom with the car. And then he wanted to pay everybody off through whatever comrades that he's been running with, all hoity-toity, like, do. I get away with the crime of this fucking monstrous type and whatever. I don't care if he feels like he's a changed man and goes into a church. Why do you even go inside of that church when you can't even fucking help your own son, dick? You bought a car for my oldest brother. You obviously worked and knew my middle brother. My middle brother lied to me the entire fucking time. Because obviously he showed up or you showed up at his wedding. And it was really weird because I wouldn't have gone had I known that was going to be the case. I would not have shown my face. And because of the torment that you did to my mother, the torment that you did to me, and the torment, the gutter trash, bullshit ass, dirty ass, smarmy ass, fucked up shit you did to my sister. And all of a sudden, I'm the threat. According to this here paperwork I have, I'm the threat. Oh, okay. That makes a whole lot of nonsense. Nonsensical bullshit. Like, why was this paper taken from a paper factory, cut all nice in the formation of this paper with the paper clip? And why did he ever go through anything to print up these words on it? What a waste. So loving out here. You want a box? We can go into a boxing ring. Be kind of fun. Anyway. I'm just kidding. Don't take it so seriously. So, that there's no place to fix me up with $1 for charity. That's difficult. Weird. Not even a penny. Be kind of funny to get some penny donations going. Can I get 5 cents? Sweet, I got a nickel. How about the fact that it's just complete bullshit the whole way around? How about I don't know how to get any justice or liberty back when it seems like the system is just making sure to keep all of the seriousness of the issues buried up while I'm fighting for my life to be recognized out here? How about I could go on for hours about asking general questions like this concerning a very calculated, cold, attempted murder within being arsenic abused, controlling my life by proxy, and making sure that I'm completely isolated and all alone. Weird. Makes me really see why Natalie was even taken out. Makes me really realize a whole lot of people that would have been there to support me and actually be there with me were somehow being set up just after they would reach out to me, just like my son. It's really weird to me that Andy, I knew inside and out, and all of a sudden he is crying about something very serious that had come up into his life around me, and it had to deal with me. And then shortly after that, he got killed. He didn't die. He didn't get into no crash. He got killed. Murdered. Oh, good for you, you freaks. Just the same way that when Natalie got pushed down the stairs, the police get involved and say, "What did you do to deserve it?" Really? That's what you got? And you wear a uniform and a badge, and you went to law school so you could suggest that? How gaslighting is that? Talk about suffocating someone in their reality for crying out loud. How about the ways that the poison made me feel all throughout my life, as though I was constantly suffocating down to the cellular level, and especially when I was a kid, seeing like the colors basically from my actual eyeballs not getting oxygen to the cellular level of my eyeballs. How about that one? Yeah. How about the fact that I loved my girlfriend beyond what she could even recognize, and then it being so confusing to me on so many levels because I was being poisoned up that weren't allowing me to even think that people could be so hurtful towards anyone at all, including myself not being able to reason to see and see to reason, and somehow it was happening to me. And somehow I still couldn't reason through it. And nor did I even want to begin to try. And once I did begin to try, it just got seriously weird. All of a sudden, be like her calling me and making me feel like, oh, you're not trying to talk to me here. You're actually just trying to find out the stance of my mind because I've been throwing away the poisoned up coffee. Okay, gotta keep this to myself. Okay, I'll play the game. Oh yeah, no, I'm just not feeling well. I'm trying to work, but um. Meanwhile, I'm like actually getting my energy and stuff to come back. Oh gosh, I don't know. I might have to go home. Maybe you can meet me at home later, or I might just have to come over. I don't know what's going on. And then shortly after that, it'd be like Jesse Lee calling me to find and hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, like, and then it's like the conversation that continues. You're just trying to find out the whereabouts and the howabouts and the stamina of my mind. Good lord, this is sticky now. Oh gosh. Let me somehow try to reason through what to do next. I love my people. They obviously don't seem to be loving me. And I'm throwing away poison and feeling better and better as I get away from the poison attacks against me. Nice. Nice girlfriend. Nice friend. I'm just so glad that I'm starting to come back into my thoughts to realize all of this has happened before, and before that, and even before that, and even before that, and then with other people before, and like just what? All of these proxy made relationships. Weird. This really fucking sucks. I hate that I love my people. that don't seem to know anything to do with love at all. It's really confusing me on so many levels, as if I wasn't ever supposed to be allowed to think for myself as to how anyone could hurt someone on these levels. But yeah, let alone the fact that the poison made it hard to hold on to any single memory correctly or memory at all. But how about the fact that as soon as I was trying to make my life whole from everything that had been happening to me, that they were trying to erase me completely? Weird. Love bombed me even further to try and get in my best heart to just so that they could poison me up, hold a pillow over my head. You know, that was her, but it was the fact that she was being told that if she didn't finish, that she was going to go down for the crime. All the while, Jesse had something else to hide on the side of her. And then, and once I was going to be going, and if she was going to be figuring it out or seeming to want to come to my rescue, well, now they have two people to murder. Well, now you're in a sticky wicket, and it's being worked all throughout my life with my very own blood brothers. How nice is that? Gee, who would want to deal with this life of crime over their lives at all? So, next question. How about it seems like no one really cares or comes to my rescue or calls me and concerns themselves with me much at all from dealing with this crime? How about sometimes it feels like I could actually die and it gets so scary inside of my chest, as if I was just telling you in the last video that I could hardly lay there with my heartbeat going so freaking hard that it's actually scary, and it feels like I've never really gotten a quarter of a still yet fraction within a fraction of a 0.01% of my actual organic life. How about I would still like to figure that part out? How about I would like to figure out why the doctors can't even do tests to perform to suggest there being anything extra inside of my blood. I would like to find out all of the toxicity inside of my body concerning poisons and chemicals, and then go from there. Chelate my body. Help me get the stuff out of my body. How about gas isn't shut off, and inside of this dress that I'm now living through, I could go into a bath and help, and the warm water, the hot water helps you sweat things out of your body, and it actually was helping me for a while. Oh, I guess that right after making that video, my hot water had to get shut off. How about the fact that I even read up in statute code that these things are absolutely illegal? Because I'm concerned, very much so, about a very calculated, long-standing plan of attack to continue to eradicate me from the earth. Murder me. Attempted murder. I've dealt with many attempted murders over my life. So, it's illegal systemically what these fucking people are fucking doing to me. Thanks. So I'm going to end this one here, and I'm going to get back to my questions in another video. I hope you stay tuned. And as always, God bless you guys. God bless you guys, and thank you for being here, and take care of yourselves. Lord knows I'm trying my best.